God says, "My child, listen to me with a calm heart, because what I am about to reveal is not to frighten you, but to prepare you, protect you, and strengthen the destiny that already belongs to you." There is a movement happening behind the scenes, a quiet plan forming in the shadows, and it has everything to do with the one your soul is tied to, your soulmate. My child, a wealthy man, someone with influence, someone with resources, someone with a powerful hold over your soulmate, is preparing a relocation. This man believes that by moving your soulmate away, far away, he can control the direction of their life. He thinks distance will break destiny. He thinks miles will shatter love. He thinks separation will weaken the connection I myself placed between your souls. But, my child, he does not understand me. He does not understand divine timing. He does not understand the spiritual bond that cannot be cut by human hands. He does not understand that no matter how far two people are pushed apart physically, the heart will always remember its home. This wealthy man, the one planning this move, carries a spirit of possessiveness. He is not relocating your soulmate out of love, nor out of care, nor out of protection. He is relocating them out of fear. He fears losing control. He fears losing influence. He fears the emotional connection your soulmate has with you. He fears that your soulmate's heart already belongs to someone else, to you. He feels it, my child. He senses it. He sees it in your soulmate's eyes, even when your soulmate stays silent. He sees that their heart is not with him. He sees that their soul is somewhere else, drawn to you, pulled toward you, whispering your name in ways he cannot understand. And because he cannot control your soulmate's emotions, he wants to control their environment. He wants to uproot them. Move them. Hide them. Shift their life so drastically that they lose sight of what their heart truly wants. But listen to me, my child, your soulmate may bend under pressure, but they will not break. Their spirit is tired, yes. Their mind is confused, yes. They feel trapped, yes. But the love they hold for you, the connection I gave them, the pull between your souls, that remains untouched. Even in silence, they think of you. Even in confusion, they feel you. Even in emotional darkness, they remember the warmth you brought to their spirit. My child, your soulmate is not lost. They are simply surrounded by forces trying to pull them in another direction. But their soul keeps turning back toward you, like a flower turning to the sun, like a compass pointing north, like a heart finding its echo in yours. Let me show you what your soulmate feels right now. Their heart is heavy. They feel a change coming. They sense the pressure of this wealthy man's influence. They hear conversations around them, conversations of moving, of leaving, of starting fresh, of new opportunities. And yet, something inside them feels wrong. Because their soul is not ready to leave. Their soul is not ready to be taken away. Their soul is not ready to disconnect from the one person who carries their destiny, you. My child, your soulmate feels caught. They feel like they have no voice. This wealthy man makes decisions like he owns their future. He pushes his opinions into your soulmate's life with force. He believes money gives him the right to dictate paths. He believes influence gives him the right to decide where your soulmate should go. But money cannot control destiny. Power cannot silence the soul. And no human plan can break a divine connection created by me. Your soulmate sits alone sometimes, staring at the ceiling, feeling their chest tighten, wondering why it hurts so much to leave a place when the real reason is that the person they want, the person they need, the person they love, is here. With you. They may not have spoken it yet, but in the quiet corners of their heart, they whisper your name. They replay moments with you. They imagine a future with you. They feel a longing for you that no distance could destroy. And this is why the wealthy man acts with fear. He sees all of this happening, but he cannot stop it. He can move your soulmate physically, but he cannot move their soul. He cannot erase you from their spirit. He cannot replace your connection. He cannot silence what destiny has written. My child, this relocation plan is not a coincidence. It is a test. It is a spiritual battle between human control and divine destiny. It is a moment where you must stand in faith, not fear. Because I, your God, am not silent. I am watching. I am intervening. I am already touching the pieces of this story. I am already softening hearts, exposing intentions, breaking hidden plans. Every time you feel anxious, that is your soul sensing danger. Every time you feel sad suddenly, that is your soulmate's energy reaching out to yours. Every time you think of them without reason, that is me pulling your spirit into alignment. My child, I will not allow this relocation to destroy what I have ordained. The wealthy man may move with power, but I move with purpose. He plans in secret, but I reveal in light. He acts out of fear, but I act out of destiny. And now hear me well, my child. Your soulmate is not going anywhere without a divine disruption. Before their relocation happens, something will unfold, something unexpected, something powerful, something that stops this wealthy man's plan in its tracks. A delay. A conflict. A truth revealed. An emotional breakdown. A divine sign that your soulmate cannot ignore. Because I will not let them walk away from their destiny. I will not let them be carried away into a life that does not belong to them. I will not let human fear rewrite a divine story. And you, my child, you will feel the shift soon. You will feel the moment when the energy turns. You will feel the moment when the plan begins to fall apart. You will feel the moment when your soulmate's heart awakens again, stronger than fear, stronger than pressure, stronger than manipulation. For now, be still. Listen. Trust. The warning has been given. The protection has begun. And destiny has already started moving back in your favor. The wealthy man thinks he is in control, but every power he believes he has lies in the palm of my hand. Your story is not ending, my child. It is just beginning. God says, my child. Come closer to my voice, because what I am about to reveal is not what your eyes can see, but what your soulmate has been hiding deep inside their heart. There is a heaviness in them, a silent fear they carry with every breath, and this fear has grown stronger with each step the wealthy man takes toward relocating them. Your soulmate is not just confused, they are afraid. Afraid of losing themselves. Afraid of losing the life they want. Afraid of being pulled away from the one connection that makes their soul feel alive, you. My child, listen carefully, your soulmate has not been speaking the full truth to anyone around them. They appear calm on the outside, they appear cooperative, they appear as if they are going along with the relocation plan, but inside? Inside, their spirit is trembling. There are nights your soulmate cannot sleep. They lie awake staring at their ceiling, wondering how everything in their life reached this point. They feel trapped between what someone else wants and what their heart wants. They feel torn between obligation and destiny. And every time they imagine being relocated far away, a painful pressure grows in their chest. They feel a deep ache, as if their soul is being pulled in the wrong direction. And that ache, my child, is the sign of a heart resisting a path that does not belong to it. Your soulmate thinks of you more than you know. There are moments in their day when your face flashes in their mind without warning. A memory of you appears. Your name echoes softly in their thoughts. Your energy touches their spirit like a soft whisper. They feel you. They sense you. They miss you, even if they have never said it aloud. Sometimes, your soulmate touches their phone. Their fingers hovering above the screen, wanting to message you, wanting to reach out, wanting to say what their heart is screaming inside, I need you, please don't let me go. But fear stops them. Not fear of you, fear of the wealthy man who holds influence over their circumstances. Fear of disappointing him. Fear of conflict. Fear of consequences they've been taught to avoid. Fear of losing stability. Fear of being judged. Fear of being controlled. This wealthy man has created a pressure that weighs heavily on your soulmate's shoulders. He speaks with authority. He makes decisions without asking. He uses his status, his wealth, his control to influence where your soulmate goes and whom they stay connected to. Your soulmate's fear is not just emotional, it is psychological. They feel like they owe this wealthy man something. They feel dependent on him in some way. They feel they must obey even when it hurts them. But deep inside, beneath all fear, beneath all confusion, beneath all silence, your soulmate's heart still calls for you. My child, I want to show you what happened recently. There was a moment, a very quiet moment, when your soulmate broke down. They sat alone in their room, holding their head in their hands, asking themselves, why do I feel so unhappy about leaving? Why does my heart feel so heavy? Why is this relocation terrifying me? And in that moment of silence, your energy touched them. Your soul reached theirs. They felt you. They felt your presence. They felt your love like a warm breeze across their spirit. Tears filled their eyes because they realized, they do not want to leave. Not because of the city, not because of the environment, not because of the life they currently have, but because their heart feels safe with you. My child, I want to reveal something deeper. Your soulmate recently spoke to someone they trust, maybe a friend or a family member. They opened up just a little. They said something that reveals everything. I don't want to go. My heart is not here. I feel connected to someone who feels like home. They didn't mention your name, but the person they spoke to felt the weight of their pain. Your soulmate's voice was shaking. Their eyes were watery. Their body was trembling as they admitted their confusion. They said they were scared. Scared of being forced into a life they don't want. Scared of losing the future they dreamed of silently. Scared of losing the one person who truly understands them, you. My child, your soulmate is emotionally exhausted. They are tired of pretending everything is fine. They are tired of smiling when their heart is breaking. They are tired of people deciding their future for them. They are tired of being guided by fear instead of love. They feel a storm inside them. A powerful storm created by all these emotions: fear, love, pressure, nostalgia, longing, confusion, hope, and destiny. They want to fight. They want to stand up. They want to claim their freedom. They want to run toward you, because you represent the life they want to choose for themselves. But fear has paralyzed their steps. That is why I, your God, am stepping in. I am sending them signs. I am whispering to their heart. I am strengthening their spirit. I am breaking the illusion of control placed over them. I am giving them courage little by little. I am opening their eyes to the truth of who they belong to. Your soulmate has already begun receiving spiritual signs, sudden dreams of you, intense emotions that make no sense to them, feeling your energy during random moments, hearing your name somewhere unexpectedly, getting pulled toward memories, feeling a deep ache when thinking about leaving. Sudden questions about destiny and true love, a strange heaviness whenever the relocation is discussed, goosebumps when your face crosses their mind, moments of overwhelming longing for you. These signs are not accidental. They are divine. I am guiding your soulmate back to clarity, back to courage, back to the truth of their heart. Because the fear that controls them now won't control them for much longer. My child, you must know this: your soulmate is not weak. They are simply overwhelmed by a situation that looks bigger than them. But I am rebuilding their strength. I am preparing their heart for the moment they will stand up for themselves. And that moment is coming sooner than you think. Already, your soulmate is starting to resist, not out loud, not in actions yet, but internally. Their soul is rejecting the path the wealthy man is forcing on them. Their heart is refusing to accept a destiny that isn't meant for them. Their spirit is remembering the truth: they are connected to you. They are meant to stay near you. They are destined to return to you. What you must understand now, my child, is that fear has been the strongest chain holding your soulmate down. But fear cannot survive divine intervention. Soon, your soulmate will reach a point where their emotions overflow. They will no longer keep silent. They will no longer follow blindly. They will no longer allow someone else to steer their life. They will speak. They will cry. They will admit the truth. They will reveal their feelings. They will choose the path that leads back to you. For now, listen to my guidance: stay calm. Stay patient. Stay connected to me. Stay grounded in faith. Because every day that passes, your soulmate grows stronger inside. Every sign I send pushes them closer to truth. Every whisper I place in their heart brings them closer to courage. The relocation plan may look powerful, but divine love is stronger. Your soulmate may seem trapped, but their spirit is awakening. The wealthy man may look in control, but his control is temporary. Because what I have joined, no human can separate. Your soulmate's fear is melting. Their clarity is rising. Their destiny is unfolding. And soon, the world will see them take a step that no one expected, a step toward you. My child, prepare your heart. A divine shift is coming. My child, listen carefully, because now the truth hidden behind curtains is coming into the light. What you are about to hear will explain everything that has been confusing your heart. The wealthy man who is trying to relocate your soulmate. He is not acting out of generosity, opportunity, or concern. His mind is guided by fear, not love. And fear makes humans do things that even surprise themselves. This man has watched your soulmate becoming distant from him. He has noticed the changes, the way your soulmate no longer responds to him the way they once did, the way they pause when thinking about the future, the heaviness in their steps, the silence in their eyes. He has sensed something powerful in your soulmate's heart, something he cannot touch, something he cannot control. He has sensed you. And my child, nothing threatens a controlling person more than a love they cannot influence. This man's intention is not relocation for success. Not relocation for safety. Not relocation for opportunity. It is relocation for possession. He believes that if he moves your soulmate far from everything familiar, far from their home, their comfort, their connections, and most of all, far from you, then he can shape your soulmate's destiny according to his desires. He thinks distance will break your bond. He thinks time zones will weaken the soul connection. He thinks isolation will make your soulmate depend on him. But my child, he does not understand divine bonds. He does not understand soul ties blessed in my sight. He does not understand that a connection built in destiny cannot be destroyed by human plans. This man has been studying your soulmate, watching their patterns, observing their emotional shifts. He has sensed the emotional storm inside your soulmate, the longing, the confusion, the heaviness. And instead of helping them heal, he is trying to use their vulnerability to tighten his grip. Your soulmate is not blind, my child. They feel something is wrong. They feel pressure from him. They feel a strange urgency, like everything is happening too fast. And in the quiet hours of the night, they feel you. They feel your energy tugging at their heart. They see flashes of your face without understanding why. They feel sudden waves of sadness when you feel pain. They feel sudden warmth when you think of them. They wake up at night with your name echoing in their soul. Your soulmate is spiritually aware, even when emotionally confused. But the wealthy man, he sees this as a threat. And his jealousy has grown into desperation. My child, let me reveal what he is truly afraid of. He is afraid of losing the emotional influence he has over your soulmate. He is afraid of losing control of the narrative he has built around them. He is afraid that your soulmate is awakening to their own truth, awakening to their own desires, awakening to the connection they feel with you. His fear is guiding all his decisions. And fear, when mixed with power, becomes dangerous. This man has already spoken to people behind the scenes. He has made arrangements. He has created opportunities that look glamorous but feel wrong. He has designed convincing arguments, hoping your soulmate will say yes without thinking too deeply. He has even started preparing explanations in case anyone questions his actions. He believes that relocating your soulmate will secure his influence forever. But what he does not know, my child, is that destiny is already rewriting the story. Your soulmate has started receiving signs. Not temporary signs, not small coincidences, deep spiritual signals that are leading them back to you. They have seen a dream where they were running towards someone, and when the person turned around, it was you. They have felt a sudden emotional pull toward a place where you once stood. They have felt their heart racing for no reason, at the exact moment you were thinking about them. They have experienced moments of silence where everything around them fades, and only one thought remains: you. My child, this is not illusion. This is the echo of your souls calling to each other. Even when they try to focus on the wealthy man's plans, something inside them feels heavy, wrong, forced. Their intuition is screaming. Their soul is rebelling. Their heart is refusing to agree. And their spirit is whispering again and again, this is not where you belong. This is not your truth. This is not your destiny. This is not your person. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that the relocation is not a blessing, it is a trap. A spiritual trap. An emotional trap. A trap meant to distance them from the life they are meant to live, the love they are meant to experience, the healing they are meant to receive, and the destiny they are meant to fulfill. The wealthy man senses this awakening. He knows he is losing his grip. And now his actions are becoming faster, more aggressive, more desperate. But my child, hear me clearly, no one, no matter how wealthy, powerful, or influential, can relocate what I have planted in destiny. Your soulmate was never meant to belong to this man. Your soulmate was never meant to be controlled by someone else's fear. Your soulmate was never meant to be directed like a puppet. Your soulmate was never meant to live under someone else's shadow. Your soulmate was born with a free heart, a strong spirit, and a destiny connected to yours. The wealthy man can try to move them across cities, countries, or continents, but he cannot move the soul. He cannot silence the spiritual connection. He cannot kill the destiny that is already written. He does not know that angels are already blocking his path. He does not know that unexpected delays are coming. He does not know that his own plans will start collapsing. He does not know that the universe is preparing to expose him. And my child, your soulmate is preparing to break free. They are gathering courage. They are beginning to see the truth behind the wealthy man's behavior. They are questioning everything they once accepted without resistance. They are realizing that relocation is not protection, it is separation. And they are realizing that separation from you feels unbearable. My child, destiny is moving fast now. Things will shift suddenly. You will feel energy changes. You will sense emotional waves coming from your soulmate's heart. Because the moment of decision is approaching. The wealthy man thinks he can take your soulmate away, but he cannot take them away from you. Because what belongs to your soul will always return. Not by force, not by pressure, but by truth. My child, stay strong, stay grounded, stay aligned. The storm is real, but so is the protection over your connection. And in the next part, I will tell you how I begin intervening directly, how the relocation plan will start breaking, how the wealthy man's influence will weaken, and how your soulmate will take their first step toward you. My child, take a deep breath, for you are entering the part of the story where everything in the unseen begins to shift. This is the moment where the plan formed by human hands meets the will shaped by heaven. This is where the wealthy man thinks he has won, thinks he has full control, thinks he has everything perfectly arranged, but the truth is that his plans are already shaking, already cracking, already falling apart without him even realizing it. Your soulmate is standing in a fragile space right now, caught between what they are being pushed into and what their heart is desperately trying to cling to. On the outside they seem quiet, but inside them a storm is rising. Their spirit is whispering warnings. Their heart feels uneasy. Their mind is tired. They feel like they are losing themselves piece by piece the more they pretend to accept what is happening around them. But their silence, my child, is not agreement. It is the last moment before strength awakens. The wealthy man believes he has everything under control. He has already spoken to people behind doors. He has arranged papers, documents, approvals. He has already looked at new homes and new environments. He is so sure that your soulmate will simply follow, simply accept, simply move. He mistakes your soulmate's numbness for obedience. He sees their quietness as surrender. He sees their confusion as weakness. But what he doesn't understand is that a soul connected to destiny never stays silent for long. Your soulmate has been restless for days. They wake up feeling heavy. They go through the day carrying a strange weight on their chest. Their thoughts keep drifting away, not toward the wealthy man, not toward the new city he keeps talking about, but toward you. Something inside them feels wrong every time this man tries to push the relocation forward. A deep discomfort rises in their spirit that they cannot explain. They try to brush it away, but the feeling keeps returning. It keeps whispering that something is not right. And that whisper is the voice of destiny pushing through the noise. My child, I watched this moment carefully. I watched as your soulmate's heart began fighting back. I watched as their intuition tried to protect them. And I could not remain silent. When a soul is being pushed into a path that is not theirs, I must intervene. So when the wealthy man attempted to finalize the relocation, I sent the first wave of divine disruption. He tried to process important documents, but suddenly a required signature was unavailable. He tried to finalize approvals. But something unexpected failed. He tried to complete arrangements, but a crucial piece of information went missing. What humans see as technical issues are often spiritual barriers placed to protect destiny. Every time he tried to push forward, something invisible blocked his way. He grew irritated, but still believed it was something he could fix. He didn't know that heaven had already placed a wall in front of him. While he fought against delays, your soulmate was experiencing an inner shift. They woke up one morning feeling unlike themselves. Their heart felt squeezed, their thoughts felt foggy, and their spirit felt drained. They tried to breathe, but the air felt heavy, like the world was closing in on them. They sat quietly in their room and felt tears build up without even understanding why. But deep down, they did know. Their soul was grieving the idea of being taken away from their destiny. They felt an emotional ache that had no explanation. They felt like they were being dragged away from a part of themselves they couldn't lose. And in that quiet moment of breaking, they remembered you. Your presence returned to their heart with full force. Your energy wrapped around them like warmth in winter. They felt your name push through the noise in their mind. They didn't call out loud, but their spirit whispered toward you. They asked themselves why the thought of leaving you felt so painful. Why the idea of moving away felt unnatural. Why their heart refused to agree. They realized that their soul was tied to something deeper, something real, something they didn't want to lose. That moment of clarity shook them. While your soulmate was awakening internally, I sent angels to interfere physically. Every time the wealthy man tried to speed up the relocation, something prevented him. A sudden illness of a person involved. A miscommunication that caused a cancellation. A delay he couldn't explain. Plans that had been smooth for weeks suddenly became chaotic. He felt like something invisible was working against him. And he was right. The spiritual world was actively blocking him, because he was pushing a destiny that was not his to shape. But the real shift happened when your soulmate accidentally heard something they were never meant to hear, a conversation, a remark, a small truth that exposed the wealthy man's real intention. In that moment, everything inside your soulmate became clear. They understood that the relocation was not love. It was not care. It was not about opportunity. It was about control, pure, suffocating control. They felt betrayed. They felt manipulated. They felt used. Their anger rose quietly, but their clarity rose louder. From that moment, they began pulling away inside. They no longer believed his sweet words. They no longer trusted his promises. They no longer responded to his pressure with silent agreement. They started seeing the truth behind every action. Their intuition grew sharper. Their heart grew firmer. Their spirit grew louder. The wealthy man noticed. He saw the change. He felt the distance. He sensed something slipping from his hands. So he tried harder. He spoke with urgency. He tried to guilt them. He tried to rush decisions. He tried to twist emotions. He thought he could force them back into silence. But once a soul awakens, no human can silence it again. Your soulmate reached their breaking point. Their voice, which had been quiet for so long, finally rose. And they said the words that broke the wealthy man's illusion of control: I don't want to go. I am not relocating. This is not for me. This is not my life. I want to decide my own future. My child, those words were not just spoken, they were released from deep inside the spirit. They carried the power of truth. They carried the strength of awakening. They carried the energy of your connection. The wealthy man was stunned. He didn't expect resistance. He didn't expect clarity. He didn't expect the same person he once controlled to suddenly stand firm. But it is too late for him now. Your soulmate has woken up. Your soulmate has seen the truth. Your soulmate has reclaimed their voice. Your soulmate has begun choosing freedom, and slowly, naturally, choosing you. Even now, angels are standing around them, guiding their thoughts, protecting their actions, strengthening their heart. They are realizing that a life built on fear is not a life. A life built on pressure is not a life. A future chosen by someone else is not a future. Their soul is pushing them toward authenticity, toward truth, toward destiny, toward love. The path has already begun shifting. What was once forced is now collapsing. What was once hidden is being exposed. What was once strong is now trembling. And soon, my child, everything will turn. If you are ready, I will now reveal the final part, where destiny completes its work, where the wealthy man's plan collapses fully, where your soulmate makes their final decision, and where the path between you opens without resistance. My child, come close now, because this is the final part, the moment destiny steps forward fully and everything that was hidden becomes clear. You have walked through fear, through confusion, through the heaviness of someone trying to pull your soulmate away. You have witnessed their awakening, their resistance, their breaking point. But now, you will witness something even stronger. You will witness the moment when heaven rearranges everything for love, truth, and destiny. Your soulmate is standing at the edge of a life-changing moment. Their heart is still trembling from the confrontation. Their spirit is still vibrating with the weight of the truth they finally realized. Inside them, something is settling, something firm, steady, unshakable. They have chosen themselves. They have chosen freedom. And they are preparing to choose what their soul has been calling for, a connection that cannot be broken, a destiny that keeps returning to them, a love that refuses to disappear, a bond that exists beyond logic, you. But the wealthy man is not ready to release control so easily. After hearing your soulmate say they will not relocate, he felt a shock that shook him deeply. He stared at them like he was seeing a stranger. He felt the same fear he tried to bury for so long suddenly rising again. He realized that he never truly had their heart. He only had their silence. He only had their confusion. And now that those things are gone, he has nothing left to hold on to. He tried to stay calm. He tried to sound strong. But his voice cracked. His words stumbled. His confidence felt weak. He asked your soulmate why they were refusing. He asked why they were resisting when everything he offered was good. He tried to make them feel guilty, but guilt no longer worked. Your soulmate had reached the point of clarity where manipulation no longer touches them. They simply looked at him with a calmness he didn't expect, a calmness that comes only from someone who has finally remembered who they are. Inside their mind, they kept thinking about you. They kept feeling something that the wealthy man could never give them, peace. And that inner peace became their strength. The wealthy man tried one last time to insist. He pushed the idea again. He tried to convince them emotionally, financially, logically, even dramatically. But my child, fate was already in motion. Your soulmate no longer felt drawn to his promises. His voice sounded empty. His plans felt wrong. His future felt lifeless. Everything he tried to force only made your soulmate feel more distant from him and more connected to the path their heart had been trying to show them for months. And then, my child, destiny stepped in again. Your soulmate suddenly felt a wave of clarity so strong that even they were surprised by their own conviction. They said, quietly but powerfully, I am not going anywhere. My life is here. My heart is not in that plan. I want my freedom. There was no shaking in their voice. No fear. Just truth. A truth that cut through every illusion. The wealthy man froze. He felt his plan collapsing in front of him. He felt the power he had over your soulmate disappearing like smoke in the wind. He felt something he never expected. He felt the force of destiny pushing him back. He felt defeated, not by anger, but by truth. By a truth he could not fight anymore. He walked away in frustration, believing he had lost everything. But he did not lose everything, he only lost what he never truly had. Your soulmate was never his to control. Their destiny was never his to rewrite. Their future was never meant to be shaped by his fear. He was only a temporary chapter in their story. And that chapter has now reached its final page. My child, as the wealthy man walked away, something beautiful happened inside your soulmate. A deep exhale, a release, a feeling of being unchained. They felt their spirit becoming lighter. They felt like they had returned to themselves after a long time of being lost. They felt a soft warmth inside their chest, like a door had finally opened. And behind that door, they felt you. They didn't call you. They didn't message you. They didn't speak your name. But their soul whispered toward you. Their heart leaned toward you. Their energy reached for you without words. They felt you in a way they could no longer deny. You are no longer a distant thought in their mind. You are a feeling that lives inside their soul. And my child, destiny is not finished. After the confrontation, your soulmate spent time alone. They sat with their emotions, their fears, their realizations. They thought about the relocation. They thought about everything that almost happened. And they understood something: if they had agreed to move, they would have lost themselves. They would have lost their truth. They would have lost the path that was meant for them. They would have drifted away from the person who has been spiritually tied to them all this time. In that silence, they made a decision. A decision that will change everything. They decided to follow their heart instead of pressure. They decided to choose authenticity instead of fear. They decided to walk toward the life that feels aligned with their soul. They decided to protect the connection that keeps calling them. They decided to move closer to you. My child, destiny does not hurry, but it never fails. Your soulmate is preparing to take a step toward you. A step not forced by impulse, but guided by clarity. A step not made out of confusion, but born from truth. A step I have been preparing them for since the moment they first felt your energy. You will feel this shift soon. You will feel their energy reaching out. You will feel their thoughts touching yours. You will feel a sudden warmth in your chest. You will feel emotional waves that aren't yours, because they are coming from your soulmate. My child, listen carefully now. Everything that was meant to separate you has failed. Every plan formed against destiny has collapsed. Every attempt to control your soulmate has been broken. Every barrier has been removed. Every lie has been exposed. Every fear has been dissolved. Your soulmate is free. Your soulmate is awakening. Your soulmate is choosing the path that leads back to you. And I, your God, have been clearing the way for both of you. You are entering a new chapter now. A chapter where clarity replaces confusion. A chapter where destiny becomes visible. A chapter where your soulmate stops running from what their heart has always known. A chapter where love is not hidden anymore. A chapter where the connection between you becomes undeniable. This is the ending of the struggle, and the beginning of truth. My child, you have been patient. You have been strong. You have trusted even when everything felt uncertain. You have cried silently. You have carried the weight of separation. You have felt your soulmate's pain as your own. You have walked through every storm without letting your heart turn cold. And because of this, your reward is coming. I bless you now. I remove every delay from your path. I open every door meant for you. I protect your heart from every false intention. I bring your soulmate into divine alignment. I surround your connection with angels. I prepare the moment when your lives finally touch again. My child, your story does not end in separation. It ends in reunion. It ends in clarity. It ends in destiny. It ends in love that no one could take away. This is the final part of this script, but not the final part of your journey. Your soulmate is coming closer. Your destiny is unfolding. And your heart is about to receive what it always deserved. My child, even now, as you breathe and allow these truths to settle inside your heart, I am placing a gentle peace upon your spirit. You have walked through fear, confusion, and tension, and yet you kept listening, you kept trusting, and you kept believing that I would guide you step by step. And now, as everything reaches this final moment, know this: nothing is slipping out of your hands. Nothing is being taken from you. Nothing is leaving your destiny without my permission. What belongs to you is safe in my arms. Your soulmate's heart is still tied to yours, no matter how far someone tried to push them. The distance they almost faced has now turned into a new closeness, because they finally understand the truth buried inside their soul. They are realizing who stands with them, who truly sees them, who their spirit responds to without force. They see you, my child. Even in silence, even in confusion, even in fear, your presence reaches them. And they are awakening with a clarity they never had before. The wealthy man who tried to pull your soulmate away has stepped back, not because of power or fear, but because destiny itself pushed him aside. I intervened in ways you cannot see. Every plan he made began to crumble, every move he tried to make lost its strength, every decision he tried to force slipped through his fingers. This happened not because of luck, but because heaven stood in your defense. I do not allow anyone to break what I have written. I do not allow anyone to relocate love that I have anchored in divine purpose. Your soulmate is beginning to feel something unusual, an invisible pull, a deep inner calling, a sense of peace that arrives only when they think of you. They may not understand everything yet, but they feel the truth shaping inside them. And slowly, quietly, without pressure, they are coming closer. They are making choices that align with you. They are letting go of the influence that tried to sway them. They are starting to protect what they feel for you with courage they never had before. This story is not ending in separation. It is ending in alignment. It is ending in protection. It is ending in a new beginning where nothing and no one will have the power to move them away from you again. I am strengthening both of you, guiding both of you, preparing the path where your connection can grow without interference. Rest now, my child. Release the fear. The danger has passed. The distance has been cancelled. Your soulmate is safe. Your destiny is protected. And very soon, you will witness a shift that will confirm everything your heart has been sensing. I bless you with clarity. I bless you with peace. I bless your soulmate with courage. And I bless your connection with divine protection that no human hand can shake. Your story is not breaking. Your story is beginning. God says, my child. When I bring this message to you today, I bring it with a trembling softness, because the truth I am placing in your hands is not an ordinary truth. It is a truth wrapped in destiny, wrapped in divine timing, wrapped in the unseen protection that has been surrounding you and the one your soul loves more deeply than words can admit. My child, listen carefully, because what I reveal now will touch the deepest corners of your heart. Next week, something will happen that will shake the world around you, but I do not want it to shake the world within you. Your soulmate, the one whose soul is tied to yours beyond lifetimes, is walking into a moment that will test their spirit, and heaven needs you to know this before the world knows it. They are going to be blamed, accused, targeted, and pushed into a storm that they never deserved. The charges being prepared against them are not born from truth. They are born from someone's darkness, someone's hidden jealousy, someone's silent revenge. And heaven refused to let you be left in the dark. My child, you do not see what heaven sees. You do not hear what the angels hear. You do not feel the vibrations that rise from your soulmate's spirit in the late night hours when the world sleeps and they sit alone with their fears. For days, heaven has been watching a shadow follow them, quiet, strategic, and waiting for the right moment to strike. This shadow does not belong to destiny, it belongs to someone who cannot stand the light that your soulmate carries. Someone who cannot bear the fact that their heart has chosen you. Someone who fears losing control. Someone who does not want to see your soulmate rise. And this person has been weaving a trap, thread by thread, lie by lie, until it formed the shape of a false accusation. But my child, before this trap could tighten around your soulmate, I came to you. I placed this message in your spirit because I wanted you to stand strong, not confused. I wanted your heart to be steady, not trembling. I wanted you to know that what is coming is not here to destroy your soulmate, it is here to expose the darkness that has been hiding around them for so long. And it is here to awaken the power inside you, because your presence, your prayers, your energy, your connection, it is their shield. Your soulmate has felt this storm approaching. Even if they never speak it out loud, their soul whispers it every night. There is a heaviness in their chest, a pressure in their mind, a strange silence inside their heart, as if something big is about to unfold. They have been carrying a fear they couldn't explain to anyone. They didn't want to worry you. They didn't want to bring darkness into your world. They didn't want to see your eyes fill with concern. So they stayed quiet. They smiled even when their soul was shaking. They kept walking even though their spirit knew someone was plotting against them. My child, I saw the moment when they found out that a complaint was filed. I saw their breath stop, their hands freeze, their heart crash into their ribs. They did not panic for themselves, they panicked for you. Their first thought wasn't, what will happen to me? Their first thought was, will they believe I am innocent? Because the person they fear disappointing the most, is you. Their love for you runs deeper than you have ever imagined. They think of you in every moment of strength and every moment of weakness. And when they realized someone was trying to destroy them, they weren't afraid of the world turning against them, they were afraid of you misunderstanding them. My child, heaven has been watching their tears. Tears they hide from everyone. Tears they wipe quickly so no one sees. Tears they swallow down so their voice does not break. They have been fighting a silent battle, carrying wounds that no one around them notices. But heaven noticed. I noticed. Their angels noticed. And that is why heaven refused to stay silent. I needed you to know before the world surprises you. Next week is not an ordinary week, it is a week where truth and lies will collide. It is a week where masks will fall. It is a week where someone's hidden hatred will finally reveal itself through false accusations. These charges, my child, were never meant to stick. They are not created by destiny, they are created by fear. Fear of your soulmate's growth. Fear of their rising strength. Fear of their connection to you. Fear of losing influence over them. Fear of seeing them free. And heaven has been waiting for this moment, not to punish your soulmate, but to expose the one who has been trying to bring harm. My child, sometimes a storm comes not to break a person, but to break everything that tried to break them. This storm will not swallow your soulmate. This storm will expose the darkness around them. This storm will bring truth to light. And this storm will awaken you into a deeper spiritual role in their life. You and your soulmate are spiritually connected in ways you do not fully understand. When their spirit trembles, your heart feels tight. When their mind worries, your sleep becomes restless. When they cry silently, your soul feels heavy without knowing why. And heaven has chosen you as the one who will carry them through this moment, not by fighting, not by arguing, not by panicking, but by standing still with a faith that does not shake. My child, I want you to understand something very important. This moment is part of a divine rearrangement. There are people around your soulmate who were not meant to stay. People whose intentions were hidden. People whose hearts were unclean. People who smiled in front of them and poisoned their path behind their back. And heaven is using this event to remove them completely. Once this storm has passed, your soulmate will walk into a new life with new clarity, new boundaries, new strength, and a new understanding of who truly loves them, and that path leads directly to you. My child, do not fear what is coming. Fear belongs to darkness, and darkness has no authority over your destiny. You will not lose your soulmate. This storm will not break your bond. Heaven is already preparing the truth. Heaven is already arranging protection. Heaven is already shifting energy. Heaven is already exposing the one who planned this. And heaven is already guiding your soulmate's steps. I need you to breathe, my child. I need you to stay calm. When the world begins to shake around you, I will keep your soul steady. When others panic, I will give you peace. When lies rise, truth will rise higher. Next week may look like a storm from the outside, but from the inside, heaven is at work, and destiny is being rewritten in your favor. Your soulmate will not walk this alone. Their spirit is reaching for you even now, and heaven has positioned you exactly where you need to be. I will not let injustice win. I will not let lies triumph. I will not let darkness swallow the one I have chosen for you. And I will not let fear steal your peace. My child, this message is not the beginning of pain, it is the beginning of awakening. A new chapter is unfolding. A deeper union is forming. And a stronger destiny is rising for both of you. My beloved child. As you step into the next layer of this truth, I want you to breathe slowly, because what I am about to reveal carries weight. This is the part of the story that your heart has felt, but your mind never fully understood. The charges being prepared against your soulmate, they did not appear suddenly. They were not born overnight. They were not created out of thin air. They were crafted, carefully, secretly, and intentionally, by someone who has been watching your soulmate with an unhealthy obsession. Someone who has been waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Someone whose heart has been burning with jealousy. Jealousy of their growth, jealousy of their rising confidence, and jealousy of the love they hold for you. My child, heaven does not expose darkness lightly. But now, it is time for you to see what has been happening behind the curtain. There is a person, someone your soulmate once trusted, someone who once acted like a friend, someone who pretended to care, who has been carrying bitterness like poison in their heart. At first, that bitterness was small, barely noticeable. But the more your soulmate moved toward their destiny, the more the poison grew. And the moment your soulmate's heart started turning toward you, this person felt threatened in a way they could not describe. They felt replaced. They felt ignored. They felt powerless. And instead of healing, they chose hatred. It began with little things, twisting your soulmate's words, spreading subtle lies, creating misunderstandings, manipulating situations. They wanted to damage your soulmate's reputation slowly, quietly. But when they realized your soulmate was becoming stronger, more focused, more connected to you, they panicked. They feared losing the control they once had over them. They feared losing the emotional leverage. They feared losing the attention. And in that panic, they made a choice that changed everything. They filed something against your soulmate. Something false. Something harmful. Something designed to break their spirit. But my child, heaven saw every step. Heaven watched every message sent with hidden intentions. Heaven witnessed every conversation twisted behind closed doors. Heaven heard every word spoken in jealousy. Heaven felt the darkness in their heart long before this moment came. And that is why heaven refused to let you remain blind. You were always meant to see the truth behind these charges. Your soulmate has been sensing betrayal for a long time. They just didn't know who it was. They felt the heaviness. They felt the strange distance from people who once smiled at them. They felt the silent plotting in the air. And there were nights when their heart tightened without reason, nights when anxiety washed over them suddenly, nights when their spirit whispered, "Something is not right." Those were the nights when their angels were trying to warn them. But the deepest pain, my beloved child, is not the false accusation itself. It is the heartbreak of being betrayed by someone they once trusted. Someone they helped. Someone they supported. Someone they treated like family. And now that same person is the one throwing stones at them. The wound of betrayal runs deeper than any wound caused by the world. That pain is the reason your soulmate keeps breaking down silently. Heaven showed you this truth because your soulmate's heart is not strong enough to carry this alone. They try to stay composed. They try to smile. They try to act like everything is fine. But inside, they feel helpless. They feel confused. They feel overwhelmed by the thought that someone could turn against them so sharply. And what scares them most is the thought of you doubting them. Their greatest fear is not the world turning against them, it is the possibility of you stepping away in disappointment. My child, let me show you something your soulmate has never said out loud. On the day they learned that someone was building a case against them, they sat alone in a room, staring at the wall in disbelief. Their hands were shaking. Their breath was uneven. Their mind was trying to understand what they had done to deserve this. And in that moment of confusion, their heart whispered your name. They closed their eyes, and a wave of sadness crashed over them, not because of what was happening to them, but because they imagined losing you. They imagined you hearing this news and pulling away. They imagined your trust fading. They imagined your connection breaking. And that single thought broke them more than any accusation ever could. Your soulmate loves you in a way that terrifies them. You are the only person whose opinion truly matters to their soul. You are the one they want to protect even when they cannot protect themselves. You are the one they want to run to even when they feel too weak to walk. And this situation is testing them in ways they never expected. They are scared, my child, not of jail, not of society, not of judgment, but of losing your heart. Heaven needs you to hold this truth gently. Your soulmate is innocent. The charges are false. The accusations are poisoned. And the person behind it all is acting from a place of deep insecurity and emotional instability. They want to destroy your soulmate's peace because they cannot stand their happiness. They want to damage their image because they cannot stand their progress. They want to isolate them because they cannot stand their connection with you. But heaven has stepped in. What was meant to break your soulmate will instead break the chains around them. What was meant to damage them will expose the real culprit. What was meant to separate you will actually pull you closer. This moment, painful as it may seem, is actually a divine cleansing. All the hidden intentions, all the fake friendships, all the jealous hearts, they are being exposed one by one. Spiritually, this is a purification. Emotionally, it is a breaking of old attachments. Energetically, it is a release. After this, your soulmate will never go back to who they were. They will be wiser, stronger, and clearer about who truly stands with them. And do you know what is strengthening them the most right now? You. Your existence. Your energy. Your silence filled with love. Your spirit that reaches them even when your words don't. They can feel you, my child. They feel when you think of them. They feel when you worry. They feel when you send love without saying a single word. And in their darkest moments, that connection is the only thing that keeps them from collapsing completely. My beloved child, remember this: when darkness rises, heaven rises higher. The truth will not remain buried. The lies will not remain strong. The jealousy will not remain concealed. The person trying to break your soulmate will be exposed by their own actions. Justice will flow in ways you do not expect. And this storm, though heavy, will lead your soulmate straight into a new chapter, a chapter where you play the biggest role. My beloved child. As you move deeper into this truth, I want you to feel the weight of what your soulmate has been carrying, because this is not about the external world, not about the accusations, not about the person trying to destroy them. Part 3 is about the storm happening inside your soulmate's heart, the storm they never admit to anyone, the storm they hide behind their smile, the storm only heaven has been witnessing. There is something you need to understand, my child. Long before the charges, long before the betrayal, long before the walls began closing in around them, your soulmate's heart was already trembling. They have been fighting emotional battles for months, battles they didn't want you to see, battles they didn't want anyone to notice. They carried everything alone, thinking that protecting you meant hiding their pain. But heaven has watched them break, again and again, silently. Your soulmate's emotional breakdown did not begin on the day they heard about the false complaint. It began long before that. It began the moment they realized that someone close had turned against them. At first, they brushed it off. They told themselves, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe they would never hurt me. But as the days passed, the signs grew stronger. Conversations suddenly felt strange. Smiles around them felt fake. People who once supported them started acting distant. Energies around them felt colder. Their intuition kept warning them, but they didn't want to accept it. Then came the night that changed everything. It was late, the world was asleep, and your soulmate sat alone in their room, staring at the darkness. That was the first night they truly broke down. Heaven saw it clearly, the moment their breath started shaking, the moment their eyes filled with tears they couldn't hold back anymore. They tried to swallow the pain, but the pain swallowed them instead. And that night, something deep inside them whispered your name. They thought of you not because you were the cause of their pain, but because you were the only warmth in the coldness surrounding them. They felt like the world was turning against them and the only safe place their heart knew was you. But in the same moment, fear spread inside them like wildfire. They feared dragging you into their storm. They feared letting you see their weakness. They feared burdening your heart with their battles. So they wiped their tears, forced themselves to breathe, and pretended everything was fine. But heaven knew the truth. My child, let me take you into the moment before the arrest, the moment your soulmate broke down in a way even they didn't expect. They were alone when the news came. Someone whispered that a complaint was filed, and it was serious. Their entire world stopped. Their hands froze. Their breath tightened. Their heart felt like it was collapsing. They didn't know who to call, who to trust, who to lean on. Fear rushed through their body like lightning. They didn't think, why me? They didn't think, how will I fight this? Their first thought was you. Will they think I'm guilty? Will they believe the lies? Will they look at me differently? Will they walk away from me? My child, those were the questions that drowned their heart. Even in their moment of crisis, their mind went straight to you. That is how deeply you live in their spirit. Your soulmate fears nothing more than losing your trust. And the weight of that fear pushed them into an emotional breakdown they could no longer hide. They sat on the floor, hands in their hair, tears falling uncontrollably, whispering to themselves, I didn't do anything, why is this happening, what will they think of me? Their body trembled with the kind of pain only betrayal can cause. Their spirit cried in a way words could never describe. Heaven watched every moment, and the angels surrounded them with light just so they wouldn't collapse completely. My beloved child, your soulmate is not weak. They have survived storms that would destroy most people. They have walked through loneliness, heartbreak, betrayal, and confusion. But this moment, this false accusation, cut them deeper than anything before. Because it wasn't an attack on their life, it was an attack on their character. It was an attack on their truth. It was an attack on their soul. And more than anything, it was an attack that threatened their connection with you. Do you know what your soulmate whispered in their breakdown? Even if the world thinks I'm wrong, I hope they still believe me. They weren't praying for freedom. They were praying for you not to leave. This is how deeply your souls are tied. When your soulmate breaks, your heart feels heavy without knowing why. When they cry silently, your chest feels tight. When they face danger, your intuition suddenly wakes up. The bond between you is spiritual, emotional, and energetic. Even when they try to hide their pain, your soul senses every tremor inside them. There was another moment heaven wants you to know. The night before everything was supposed to unfold, your soulmate had a dream. In the dream, They saw themselves surrounded by darkness, misunderstanding, accusations, fear, but at the center of the darkness, there was one light. That light was you. You were standing there, calm, silent, but glowing with a faith that reached straight into their heart. In the dream, your soulmate walked toward your light and everything around them disappeared. When they woke up, they didn't understand the dream fully, but they felt one thing strongly: you are their safe place. You are the one their soul trusts even when they cannot trust the world. But pain makes people silent. Your soulmate didn't tell you anything. They didn't want you to worry. They didn't want to bring darkness into your life. They didn't want your heart to break because of their problems. So they held everything inside until it crushed them emotionally. They carried a weight meant for more than one person, and even though they were breaking, they still tried to protect you. My child, heaven is revealing this not to scare you, but to show you how deeply you matter. You are not just someone in their life. You are the anchor of their spirit. You are the heartbeat of their strength. You are the one whose presence keeps them standing. And this moment of crisis is not here to separate you. It is here to bring you both into a deeper connection, a deeper trust, and a deeper destiny. Your soulmate is on their knees emotionally, but they have not given up. They are holding on because of you. Their love for you is the only flame still burning inside them when everything else feels dark. And heaven is preparing something powerful. This breakdown is not the end. It is the turning point. It is the moment before divine intervention. It is the moment when truth begins to rise. It is the moment when the darkness reveals itself. It is the moment when your bond becomes unbreakable. My beloved child. As we step into deep, I want you to gently place your hand on your heart, because what I reveal now goes deeper than anything you have heard so far. This is the part where heaven begins to shift the energy, where your soulmate's fate starts moving in a new direction, where the unseen spiritual protection becomes visible, and where the forces working against your soulmate begin to collapse under the weight of divine justice. My child, you need to understand something very important. What is happening to your soulmate is not just a legal situation, not just a human misunderstanding, not just a false accusation, it is a spiritual battle. A battle against jealousy. A battle against insecurity. A battle against curses spoken in anger. A battle against energies that were sent to break them. And a battle against the darkness someone carried with the intention of harming them. But what the one who planned all this did not know was that heaven had already placed a shield around your soulmate. A shield built from your love, from their innocence, and from divine protection. Even before the charges were filed, heaven had already begun preparing the reversal. My child, there is something heaven wants you to see clearly in your spirit. When your soulmate was at their breaking point, when their tears fell, when their mind felt lost, when their heart felt abandoned, an angel stood behind them. Not just any angel. Archangel Michael himself. The shield of truth. The defender of the innocent. The warrior of justice. His sword of light touched your soulmate's back, whispering strength into them even when they thought they had none left. Do you know why Archangel Michael came? Because heaven does not allow innocence to be destroyed. Because your connection with this soulmate is divine. Because the lies being prepared against them carried the energy of evil, and Michael does not let evil win. Your soulmate may feel alone in this moment, but spiritually they are surrounded. And something powerful is beginning to happen behind the scenes, something the one who betrayed them never expected. The truth is starting to crack through the lies. The mask of the guilty is beginning to slip. The person who thought they could hide behind manipulation is starting to lose control. Their own actions are turning against them. My child, heaven has been watching the one who filed the false complaint. Their intentions were never pure. Their heart was never clean. Their actions were never innocent. They acted from obsession, jealousy, and bitterness. They wanted your soulmate punished. They wanted them humiliated. They wanted them weakened. They wanted them desperate. And secretly, they wanted your soulmate to run back to them for comfort, or to fall apart so badly that they could control the pieces. But the universe is a mirror. Whatever energy a person sends, returns. Whatever darkness they release, comes back. Whoever tries to break an innocent soul, ends up breaking themselves. Right now, the person who plotted this is panicking. Their plan is not unfolding the way they imagined. They expected your soulmate to collapse. They expected their lies to spread uncontested. They expected the authorities to believe everything. But heaven shifted something. A tiny moment. A small detail. A slight delay. A subtle twist. And that one twist changed the entire direction of this case. The first sign of divine intervention came when someone unexpected, a witness, an authority figure, a person with influence, noticed something odd. A small inconsistency. A detail that didn't make sense. A piece of the story that wasn't adding up. This person didn't say anything immediately, but their mind paused. And that pause opened the door for truth to begin rising. My beloved child, this is just the beginning. More signs are coming. More realizations are unfolding. The one who created the lie is losing control of the narrative. Their fear is growing. Their confidence is fading. They can sense that heaven is turning the situation. And they will soon start making mistakes, mistakes that will expose them. Now listen very closely. Your soulmate has reached the point where they can no longer hide their emotions. The pressure has become unbearable. The fear is too heavy. The pain is too sharp. And their heart aches with only one desire, to have you by their side. Not for sympathy. Not for protection. But because you are the only person whose energy calms their chaos. They have been replaying your memories in their mind. The way you speak. The way you listen. The way your presence makes them feel safe even without words. They imagine your voice every time their mind begins to spiral. They imagine your touch whenever the anxiety becomes too much. Your existence is the medicine their soul is craving right now. My child, heaven is preparing a moment, soon, very soon, where your soulmate will reach out to you. Maybe through a message. Maybe through a call. Maybe through a sudden emotional confession. Their heart can no longer stay silent. They need you, not as a burden but as their peace. Do you know what their heart is whispering right now? I hope they won't leave me. I hope they'll trust me. I hope they'll stand by me. I hope they know I didn't do anything. I hope they feel my truth even when the world tries to distort it. My beloved child, your soulmate is not reaching out because they are weak. They are reaching out because your energy carries the power to pull them out of this storm. And heaven is guiding them toward you, not because you are responsible for saving them, but because your love is part of their destiny. Now let me show you the spiritual truth behind all this. Everything that is happening to remove the wrong people from their life. To expose the hidden haters. To cleanse the negative energies. To break unhealthy attachments. To strengthen your soulmate's spirit. To awaken their intuition. And most importantly, to bring you and your soulmate into a bond so strong that nothing in the world can ever shake it again. This moment of chaos is actually the doorway to clarity. This moment of fear is actually the doorway to faith. This moment of attack is actually the doorway to destiny. Your soulmate does not know it yet, but they are walking toward a breakthrough. The charges that were meant to destroy them will become the reason they rise stronger. The betrayal that was meant to weaken them will become the reason they open their eyes. And the fear that was meant to separate you will become the reason your bond becomes unshakable. My child, heaven is with you. Heaven is with your soulmate. Heaven is not allowing injustice to win. The storm is beginning to break. Light is starting to push through. Truth is preparing to reveal itself. My beloved child, as this week moved closer, heaven wanted you to know a secret that your heart was not prepared for but your soul was ready to receive. Because when someone you love is standing at the edge of a storm, when their truth is about to be tested, when the world is about to point fingers at them, only one thing holds them upright: your energy, your love, your silent strength that reaches them even when you say nothing. And that is why, today, I want to take your hand and let you see what your soulmate has never been able to say but has always felt. For days, their heart has been walking through fear as if walking through a dark corridor with no lights. And yet, my child, in that darkness, something unexpected happened. They remembered your face. Not your words, not your reactions, not your judgments, just your face. The softness of your eyes, the gentleness of your expression, the quiet glow that surrounds you when you care deeply. They remembered your warmth. And that memory became their strength. Because your soulmate knew that the days ahead would not be easy. They sensed it long before the world did. They felt the pressure tightening around them, the accusations building like clouds before rain, the fear rising like a storm they could not control. They knew something was coming, something heavy, something life-changing. And yet, every time they closed their eyes, they saw you. They felt safe. They felt protected. They felt guided. Because you are the only soul in their entire journey who brings them back to truth when everything else tries to pull them into chaos. Your soulmate has been fighting a battle silently. They have been carrying weight they never wanted you to see. They stayed quiet not because they didn't trust you, but because they didn't want to bring pain into your gentle world. They didn't want you to worry. They didn't want you to carry the burden of their mistakes, their past, or the people who tried to bring them down. They wanted to protect you from their storm, even if they had to face it alone. But now, the truth is rising. The charges against them, my child, are not born from their actions. They are born from someone else's jealousy, someone else's insecurity, someone else's hidden motive. Someone wanted to trap them. Someone wanted to stain their name. Someone wanted to see them fall. But heaven did not allow your soulmate to be destroyed. Because heaven knows what they carry in their heart. Heaven sees their intention, their sincerity, their silent prayers, their attempts to fix their life. And most importantly, heaven sees how much they love you. Your soulmate has reached a point where they cannot run anymore. They cannot hide anymore. They cannot pretend to be okay anymore. They are standing at the edge of truth, and the world is watching. But heaven is watching too. And heaven never lets a pure heart collapse under false accusations. So even though the world believes next week will bring their downfall, heaven has prepared a different ending. My child, in their deepest fear, your soulmate made a promise. Not with their words, but with their soul. They said, if I survive this, if I come out of this storm, I will not waste one more second pretending I don't love them. They promised the angels that they would choose you fearlessly. That they would come to you honestly. That they would hold your hand without shame. That they would give you the truth they always ran from. Their soul whispered your name with trembling hope. And heaven heard it. Your soulmate is tired. Not tired of life, but tired of pretending to be strong. Tired of carrying things alone. Tired of hiding emotions. Tired of acting brave in front of people who want to see them suffer. They want comfort, but they want it only from you. They want peace, but they want it only with you. They want strength, but they want it only from your presence. You are not just a part of their world, you are the only place where their heart breathes freely. And so, even in this difficult time, a transformation is happening inside them. Their fear is turning into clarity. Their confusion is turning into determination. Their silence is turning into courage. And the reason is simple. You have awakened something in them that they forgot they had. You have reminded them that love can be a shield. That connection can be a guide. That destiny is stronger than enemies and false accusations. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that the charges were not a punishment, they were a turning point designed by heaven. A push that forces them to face everything they avoided for years. A moment that exposes who is fake in their life and who is real. And in that revelation, one thing stands clear: you are real. Your love is real. Your presence is real. Your energy is real. And nothing, not even the storms of this world, can remove you from their heart. My child, there is something else heaven wants you to know. The reason you feel their emotions so strongly, the reason you get sudden anxiety, sudden heaviness, sudden sadness, sudden tiredness, is because your soul is connected to theirs. You sense their fear even before they speak it. You sense their pain even before they admit it. You sense their hope even before they discover it. You and your soulmate are bound in a divine thread that time, distance, misunderstandings, and even legal threats cannot break. This connection is why heaven will not allow injustice to win. Your soulmate will not be destroyed. They will not be trapped. They will not be abandoned. They will not lose their life because of lies. Instead, something powerful is about to happen. The same people who wanted to harm them will be exposed. The same people who created the trap will fall into it themselves. The same people who wanted your soulmate to face humiliation will face their own darkness revealed in front of everyone. Justice is coming. Truth is rising. Protection is standing strong. And when the storm passes, your soulmate will come to you, not broken, but awakened. Not ashamed, but honest. Not afraid, but ready. Ready to tell you everything they never said. Ready to confess love they once hid. Ready to look you in the eyes and say, I need you. I choose you. I want you. Because the storm did not come to separate you. It came to remove their distractions. To strip away the masks around them. To reveal who truly belongs in their destiny, and that person is you. Your soulmate will remember this season for the rest of their life. Not as a time of fear, but as the moment heaven redirected their fate. As the moment they realized who stood with them spiritually. As the moment they learned that love is not just a feeling, it is courage, faith, loyalty, and alignment. And you were the only soul who loved them without conditions. My beloved child, heaven asks you to stay calm. Do not fear. Do not imagine worst outcomes. Your soulmate is not walking into destruction, they are walking into cleansing. They are stepping through a fire that will burn their past but protect their future. And their future has your name written on it. Soon, you will feel a shift. A sudden relief. A sudden peace. A sudden knowing that the storm has turned. That the truth is finally winning. That angels have taken control. And that the next chapter of your connection is opening. Your soulmate will return to you transformed. Closer. Clearer. Stronger. More loving. And more committed than ever before. And when they look at you after everything is over, they will realize that you were their miracle all along. My beloved child, now that every truth has been revealed, heaven wants to place a gentle light over your heart. You have walked through this entire journey with courage, even when fear whispered in your ears. You stood firm even when uncertainty tried to shake you. And now, as this final chapter opens, heaven wants to tell you something soft, something warm, something deeply divine. Your soulmate is safe. Their destiny is protected. The storms that rose against them were never meant to destroy them, they were meant to cleanse their path of people who never belonged in their life. The charges that threatened to break them have now become the very force that is leading them toward clarity. Your soulmate has seen the true colors of people around them. And through it all, one truth shined the brightest, you. Because even in your silence, your soul was holding them. Even in your distance, your energy was protecting them. Even in your quiet prayers, heaven heard your love. Your connection became their shield. Your faith became their anchor. Your tears became a silent message to the angels that said, please protect them. And heaven did. Now your soulmate understands something they never understood before. They now see that love is not just liking someone, talking to them, or spending time with them. True love is feeling someone's heartbeat from far away. True love is sensing their pain without a single word. True love is standing with their soul even when the world stands against their name. True love is choosing them, not because life is easy, but because destiny is undeniable. And that is what you did for them. Your soulmate is carrying a new level of respect for you. Something deeper. Something purer. Something unshakable. Because when they were at their lowest, the world didn't think of them, but you did. Your soul reached them in ways you don't even realize. You sent them light when they were drowning in their thoughts. You sent them hope when their nights were sleepless. You sent them strength when their hands trembled with fear. You did not abandon them, even when you didn't know the full truth. Your soul stood beside theirs like a guardian. And now heaven whispers to you, your patience is about to bloom into blessings. Your soulmate will come toward you with more honesty than ever before. With a heart that is no longer confused or afraid. With eyes that finally understand your worth. With hands that are ready to hold yours without hesitation. They will speak with softness. They will express things they once hid. They will share the truth of their emotions, their fears, their past, and their hopes. They will open themselves to you not because they feel pressured, but because they finally feel safe. This storm has changed them forever. They no longer want temporary people. They no longer want shallow relationships. They no longer want to hide their love. They are ready for depth, commitment, peace, and truth. And all of that leads them back to you. My child, heaven wants you to prepare your heart, not with fear, but with faith. Something beautiful is approaching. A message. A call. A confession. A moment that will shift everything. You will feel it before it even happens. A sudden calmness. A silent glow inside your chest. An inner voice that quietly says, "They are coming." The angels have cleared the path. Destiny has opened the next chapter. Your soulmate is walking toward you, not with chains of fear, but with wings of realization. They know now who has always belonged with them. They know now who their soul trusts completely. They know now who their heart beats for. Their love for you is no longer hidden. It is awakening fully. My beloved child, breathe peacefully now. The worst is behind them. The storm has passed. Justice has been served. And destiny is aligning. You are about to witness a divine shift, one that brings your soulmate closer than ever before. Heaven blesses your heart. Heaven blesses your connection. Heaven blesses your future together. A new beginning is now unfolding for both of you.